Now I'm going through the second wash. This is the second wash. See how it's looking? Hold it together more. And we already have some already in here. In the other sink, in clear water. I like to put a little water in there that runs through the faucet that helps to get the starch out faster when you're doing the second wash. You can handle it better. Yes, it does look like it's falling to pieces, but you can hold on. See, it's sticking more. And that means most of the starch is being taken out, and you have the gluten. And look at, this was that second water. And look how all the starch in that water. We're going to continue this one until we go to the next sink. We'll let this water out, and this should be the last rinsing once we fill this sink right here up with water. So, get all the little remnants that slip away. Like I said, you don't want the water to be crystal clear, but you do want it to be clearer than what we have over here in the second sink. All right, now we're going to let this water out. Make sure you have your screen in there so anything that gets through won't get down and drain. All right, now we can let this water out. And I want you to see how these are clumping together. The water's a little cloudy, but we're going to let this water out here, and once we fill that up, that should be the last washing. Now this water is kind of a light starch, but I can get it all together. Look at that. That's a lot of, if you do it right, you will be rewarded with a lot of seitan or gluten. But if you don't, let it set, be patient. It takes 2 hours for the dough to set in the water when you first start out, so don't be rushing it. Build up more gluten, and make sure when you, I will say this, when you are kneading the water and the flour when you first make it, make sure you get it a stiff dough, very stiff dough. That's important. And then cover it with water. I don't want to run the water while you're there, but I want you to see, look at that. Now there's still some little milky, see, still see some starch. But the next time we wash, it should be just a little bit, and the water should be almost clear, but not clear. You don't want, and you will have tough seitan if you don't leave a little bit of starch in there. Now we may be able to use the noise, but I like to hold on to it. If you can't hold on to it like this, don't do this, because it'll get away from you and you'll lose it. And I've been doing this one for almost, believe it or not, my sons are in their 50s, and I was making this for them when they were little kids, way before Instagram. All right, here we are. This sink is clear. Now see how if you don't catch it, that'll go down the sink, so make sure you get it all out. Now this should be the last wash. So, and I'm going to try to put this on YouTube, but this should be your last wash. And get this sink clear. We're going to have fun, because we're going to do 2 different types of saitans. Now look at this. Look how that's holding together. Look. Now this water is kind of a light starch, but the next water, as you can see when I'm doing this, not too much starch is coming out. See? Can you see that? Well, that's because I'm doing it this way. I could just let it set in the water, but if you got control, once you got control, you can run it over the faucet You have to get it out faster. And just to make sure, and I want you to see the water. Let's pop it up one more time and let's see how clear that is. That wasn't too bad. So we're going to have just a little light water and we'll be finished. And then I'm going to let you see what we're going to do with this. So as the water is running on it, I'm rinsing. And see how light, so it's a little starchy, but not a lot. You want to read when you're squeezing it, see how that it's not crystal clear like water, but see there's a little milky, read that. So we're ready to squeeze. I'll do it one more time, squeeze. And I'm going to divide this. We're going to divide this. I never get it equally divided, but I'll tear it and then kind of roll it and set that one there. There's always one bigger, see? And I don't know whether you can see that water, but it's a light starch. It's not like it was when we started out. It makes it tenderer. Now these are not quite equally. I like for them to be about the same size. Now this part I want you to see, and then we're gonna have to let this set for 2 hours. So it took us exactly 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's all the time you need to wash your dough. Now, squeezing it all out, getting it into a nice little ball. Now next time you see this, it's gonna be a solid mass. It's just amazing how that, now let's get the colanders. I'll be right back, I want you to see this. I know you should say brush. She should have this done by now, but I also have the cafe, so I had to pause in between these. And you see what I'm doing? I'm putting them in a colander, a bowl, to catch the drainage. Put something, we're gonna put a little plastic on there, saran wrap or whatever, and you're gonna just put a little weight on it for 2 hours. And after the 2 hours, we'll come back, and 2 hours from there, it's 11:30 to 3:30. So I'm washing. I did pretty good. I finished. Now I'll start another one at 1:30. I will show you that because I'm and it'll be just a small dough, just to give everybody an idea of what they're going to be doing. In the meantime, this will be doing its thing. So we're going to, can you see this? We're going to put some weight on it. They're in here, in a colander, in a bowl, looking like this. Nice rubbery texture that you can hold on to, see? And it's just laying down there. Let's move this camera around a little bit. It is trying to mold itself into a solid mass as we speak. So let's give it 2 hours. 11 at 1 o'clock. This will be ready. I'm just going to keep going on stages with this one while I start another one at 1:30. Okay, now we're going to set these aside and I'll get back with you in 2 hours.